In this video, I would like to sit with a set of mudra with you. So if you haven't watched the other mudra videos, mudra are hand gestures that we can use to affect how energy moves in the body. Breath follows energy, so they can be very useful for affecting our energy levels, our anxiety levels, and how deep and full the breath breathes into the pelvic floor. So I use them a lot with clients, and I like them for an added benefit of being a great meditative practice. So whenever we focus our attention on one thing, it's meditation. And for those that have difficulty quieting the mind or not getting caught up in their thoughts while they're meditating, it can be really useful. I did a set called the Sharira. They're in another video. Check those out. They're easy to remember. And this set I'm going to use with you now are easy to remember too. So they're another go-to set that I like to use. Now, affecting energy, some of the gestures will, as I mentioned, bring the breath low and full, and therefore they're calming. Some gestures bring the breath and energy more into the solar plexus or the lower rib cage region, and those are more empowering and uplifting and energizing. And then they can get more energizing as they move up. So this set is called the Hasta Mudras. Hasta means hand. So we're going to be using all 5 fingers, starting with the pinkies, and then moving up to the thumbs, and then finishing with Hakini Mudra, which is all of the fingers touching. So we'll begin with just sitting and feeling our natural rate of breath right now. So sit tall, close your eyes. And just notice each inhale, how it feels, where it goes. And feel each exhale as you return the breath back out into the room. All right, let's blink the eyes open and get started. So there's a couple ways we can hold these. We can curl all the fingers in toward the body and just touch the pads of the pinkies. Or if that's uncomfortable, you can have your hands extended. Another option is lightly interlacing the rest of the fingers to where the pads aren't touching. But anytime the fingers touch, we can affect how the energy moves. So try it either with the palms open or the fingers curled in towards you. So we're just going to close the eyes again. We're touching the pads gently. We're not pushing them in with any force. Let your belly feel loose and just watch the breath. Feel it, follow it. I will say quickly that some people are very sensitive to the shift in energy and feel it right away. Other people, it takes some time to develop the awareness. Whether you feel anything extraordinary or not, they do work. Just in case we're having trouble feeling, I'm going to share what I'm feeling. For me, it's a low, full belly breath. I feel a nice rise and fall of my belly as I breathe. All right, let's release. Take a breath in and out. Now we'll come to the ring fingers. So you can touch like this, or you can have the rest of your fingers curled in. This bothers the tendons that run up my forearms and a lot of my clients as well, which is why I have them and myself hold the ring finger in this position. So see what works. Maybe you can curl your fingers in comfortably, maybe not. Either way, pads of the ring fingers gently touch. Sit up tall with good posture. Feel and follow the breath. I'll once again share what I'm feeling. I still feel a full and expansive breath throughout my abdomen, but it moves up higher. The first one felt more low in my pelvis and low belly. This one begins higher in the belly and moves down toward my pelvis. All right, let's release. Take a breath in and out. Now, as we go higher, if you begin to feel anxious at all, if you have any anxiety issues or you're feeling particularly stressed today, if these gestures don't feel good, just let them go. So we're going to move to the middle fingers. And again, I can curl my hands in better with this one. My tendon for this finger isn't as intense as the ring fingers. So either way, either fingers all extended or curling the rest in. Pads of the middle fingers touching gently, sitting tall, feeling, following the breath. What I'm feeling for this one is my lower rib cage and my abdomen all the way down into my pelvis expanding. All right, let's go ahead and release. Take a breath in and out. And now we'll come to the index fingers. So pads of the fingertips touching, sit tall, close your eyes, feel and follow your breath. I feel this higher through my rib cage, and once it starts expanding there, it moves down through my abdomen and toward my pelvic floor. The majority of the expansion, however, is in my chest. All right, let's release. Take a breath in and out. And we're going to move to the pads of the thumbs. So again, you can either have the hands kind of curled in. I like to let my fingers extend. Sit tall and breathe. This immediately goes into my upper chest, up under my collarbones, and even into my shoulders. I do still feel the breath moving down through my torso toward my pelvic floor, but the focus of it and the intensity of it is upper chest, collarbones, shoulders. All right, let's release. Let your hands rest down to your thighs. Take a couple of breaths. All right, so now we're going to integrate all of those by bringing the pads of all the fingertips to touch. Hakini Mudra. Imagine making a circular shape with the hands as if you were surrounding a grapefruit or a softball. And then let the hands rest in front of your low belly. Sit tall, close your eyes, feel and follow your breath. This gesture is all about balance. It breathes the three-part breath, which is upper chest, ribs, and belly, down toward the pelvic floor. And for me, it feels very calming. We'll breathe a few more breaths. Keeping the eyes closed, release the gesture. Let your hands rest to your thighs. Just take stock of how you feel in this moment. And blinking the eyes open. So that's the Hasta Mudra practice, beginning with the pinky, moving all the way through, integrating at the end with Hakini. It can be a meditative practice to sit and spend time with you and your breath for a few minutes. I have been addicted to mudra since the very first time I experienced one, which was in my first yoga therapy training. We were holding one that had the thumb up. I don't remember exactly what it was because I don't use it, because it does not feel good in my body. It's a very energizing gesture. And while we were asked to sit and hold it, I literally felt like someone had their hands on my shoulders and were pulling me over backward. I had to fight to sit up straight. And while I was sitting there, I'm sure wobbling all over the place, my teacher, Beth Gibbs, came by and whispered in my ear. She said, "Just let it go," which I did, and it was fine. But from that experience on, I have been absolutely fascinated by energy work and how the gestures move the energy and the breath in the body. So I hope you found this practice fun. I hope you were able to feel it. I will say quickly that some people feel it backwards. I've had many clients, many students feel the pinky breath in the chest, and as they came around to the thumbs, that was what they felt in the pelvic floor. And I find that fascinating as well. So play with it, use it. I'd love for you to comment and let me know how the practice felt for you in your body, and if you felt it pelvis to collarbones or collarbones to pelvis, how it felt in your body. So please share. I would love to hear. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.